As dusk falls over the ancient tropical rainforests, a velvet black curtain slowly drapes over all things. For humans, this is a time for rest, but for a kingdom hidden beneath the leaf litter, life is only just beginning. Look down low, close to the damp earth, where dry leaves tremble slightly. That isn't the wind, it is the breath of a tiny creature carrying a fierce power of survival, the Southeast Asian forest rat. We often only know rats through the dark corners of the city, but here, in the heart of the Great Wild, they are proud native residents, entities that have evolved over millions of years to become masters of the night. Its fur is a masterpiece of camouflage. A somber tawny brown on the back blends with bark and soil, transitioning to a pure white belly, a color separation that helps neutralize shadows under the faint moonlight. But pay attention to the ears and whiskers. Those delicate ears constantly rotate like sensitive radar dishes, picking up sound frequencies beyond human reach. And the whiskers? They are the most sophisticated navigation system. In dark tree hollows where light is zero, these hairs map out a 3D environment, allowing it to squeeze through narrow crevices barely wider than its own body. The forest rat's home is never a random arrangement. They are meticulous architects. To avoid the bone-chilling night cold and the dampness that breeds disease, the forest rat chooses decayed hollows, lining them with strands of dry grass and carefully selected green moss. The nest is more than just a place to sleep. It is a fortress. A network of escape tunnels is dug beneath the roots of ancient trees, roots that intertwine like reinforced concrete walls, protecting them from the pressure of flash floods or the digging of ferocious predators. Before stepping out, it always pauses at the entrance, spending a few moments just sniffing the air. It is reading the evening news of the forest through scent, the smell of ripe fruit, the scent of approaching rain, and most importantly, the odor of death lingering nearby. The night does not hand out food, it forces us to find it. With a tiny body and a heart rate as fast as a drumbeat, the forest rat must constantly refuel. Tonight's foraging journey begins with a bold decision, leaving the safety of the ground to ascend to the heights. Watch how it grips the tree trunk. Tiny but razor-sharp claws dig into the rough bark, while muscular hind legs propel the body forward like an arrow. This is a true climber. On dangling lianas, it moves with absolute balance, using its long tail as a tightrope walker's balancing pole. Tonight's menu is rich yet challenging. A hornet's nest recently torn down by a bear leaves behind wax fragments full of protein-rich larvae. A cluster of overripe berries begins to ferment, releasing an inviting aroma. The forest rat does not eat greedily, it eats strategically. It uses dexterous hands to rotate hard nuts, finding the weakest point in the shell before using incisors as sharp as scalpels to break through. Its sense of smell helps it distinguish between a delicious mushroom and a poisonous species that could kill it in minutes. Every bite is traded for vigilance. It never stays in one spot for too long. Instinct reminds it that standing still means becoming a fixed target. But the forest is not always generous. During dry seasons, food becomes scarce, and this is when the forest rat's intelligence shines. It does not only eat for the present, it stores for the future. Chestnuts and forest seeds are carried back and hidden deep in rock crevices or buried under loose soil. There is a magical truth here. The forest rat has incredible spatial memory, but sometimes fatigue or a sudden flight from danger causes it to forget the location of a few treasures. And that very forgetfulness is its priceless gift to the forest. Those forgotten seeds, kept warm in the moist earth, will sprout into the giant trees of centuries to come. Unknowingly, this tiny rodent is the sower of seeds for the eternity of the great wild. As the night grows deeper, the space becomes terrifyingly silent. That silence is not peace. It is the suppressed tension of a hunt. The forest rat suddenly freezes, one front paw raised, its entire body motionless like a piece of decayed wood. Not far away, a pair of glowing yellow eyes flashes in the brush. It is a wildcat, a ghost with terrifying speed. An unequal battle begins. Lacking the strength for a head-on confrontation, the rat chooses escape through intelligence. It dives into sharp thorn bushes where its small body can slip through easily, but which act as a barrier to the larger predator. Every leap is a gamble for its life. But danger doesn't only come from the ground. Look at the canopy above. An owl tilts its head. Its ears are locking onto the rat's position through the tiniest rustle of leaves. The owl does not fly. It glides through space without causing any air vibration. When that dark shadow plunges down with talons ready, the forest rat has only a fraction of a second to react. It performs an incredible mid-air twist, falling into the leaf litter and vanishing into a secret crevice. Sometimes, the price of life is pain. If grabbed by the tail, the rat has the ability to shed the skin of its tail to escape, a grim but effective survival tactic. And then there are the cold-blooded predators. A cobra slithers silently through the leaves, sensing the heat radiating from the small rat's body. No sound, no warning. Facing this reptile, the forest rat must use its final weapon, knowledge of the terrain. It lures the enemy into narrow rock gaps where the snake cannot maneuver its long body. Survival in the jungle is not for the faint of heart. Every passing night is a brutal test by nature. Here we see a perfect balance. The predator controls the population, and the prey drives the evolution of intelligence. Death is always lurking, but it is precisely what makes life so vibrant and precious. As the first rays of dawn begin to pierce through the thick fog, the stormy journey of the long night concludes. Our forest rat returns to its nest, but tonight it is not alone. Breeding season has arrived. In the warmth of the moss-lined nest, a new generation has been born. Tiny pink pups, no larger than a thumb, huddle against their mother. The mother rat, exhausted after a long night, does not rest. She cleans their fur, providing warmth and protection. In the coming weeks, these tiny beings will learn their first lessons of fear and instinct, genetic legacies passed down through thousands of generations. The life of a forest rat may be brief, sometimes lasting only a year or two before becoming part of the food chain. But its death is never meaningless. Its body will dissolve into the earth, nourishing fungi and enriching the flora. And look back at the saplings rising from the ground. Those are the very seeds our rat buried in seasons past. This forest is this green, this sturdy, partly because of those tiny footsteps. They are not just anonymous rodents, they are the geological engineers, the silent foresters of nature. The sun is fully risen. Forest birds begin their songs to welcome the new day, drowning out the sounds of last night's struggle. Our forest rat is now asleep in the deep hollow, waiting for the next night to begin its journey once again. Its story is a story of resilience, of a life force that never surrenders to adversity. In the vastness of the wild, every creature, no matter how small, has a mission, a place that cannot be replaced. When you look at a lush green forest, remember that down there, beneath that leaf litter, the hearts of the silent night raiders are still beating, steadfastly keeping the wheel of life turning forever.